So, for me, my journey really started after I gave birth to my son, and I was diagnosed with postpartum depression. Um, I'm pretty sure it started before that, but I never. I was in therapy when I was in college for issues now that I have to laugh about the things that I talked to my therapist about when I was in college because they weren't the things I should have been talking to her about. I shouldn't have been like concerned with my then boyfriend, who I thought was going to be like my husband and whatever. Thank God that didn't happen. But it officially started after I gave birth and I got my diagnosis. And so it was something that I thought that, just like with my feelings before, I could kind of just push it to the side and not think about it. Like, okay, yeah, they say this is temporary. I'm going to have these feelings for a little bit. Here's some medicine and I'll get over it and be fine. It won't trickle down into anything else, any other thing, like, that I'm dealing with. It won't do that, and that's what I thought. But I was wrong because here we are 5 years later and I'm still dealing with, it's no longer postpartum depression, but it's just full blown depression and anxiety and just like everything else. So I think that me having a baby and me dealing with that really amplified everything that I was feeling before. It really amplified everything I was feeling before, and I was, faced with, okay, you really have to face your like the crap that you're feeling, and work through it. But it's hard, and I don't want to. Like, nobody wants to, but you need to, right, in order to heal. But like, it's been a tough journey. I have had days where I've just checked out. I've wanted to check out from motherhood. I wanted to check out just in general. And like the night I brought my son home, I remember this. When I realized that something was wrong, I did not have that feeling, that happy, oh my God, I just gave birth, I should be on top of the moon. I was very anxious. I just couldn't be happy because I was so anxious bringing him home, thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna fail. I'm not gonna be able to do this. It's gonna be the worst ever. Something terrible is gonna happen. And I know the first time I brought him home, he didn't sleep in his crib. I was so anxious that I tossed and turned. Finally, I got up, took him out of his bassinet, and went and sat on the couch and cried because I just didn't know what else to do, and it felt like I needed to cry to get it out. And I felt a little bit better afterwards, but then that's when I realized that something was wrong and I needed to get help. Because the last thing I wanted to do, and I knew the last thing I wanted to do was be harmful to my child. And I had seen so many things where women who dealt with that, didn't get the proper help, and it ended very badly. And that was the last thing I wanted. Like, I knew that, like, that I didn't want to go down that path. And I don't think I would have, but it was a chance that I wasn't willing to take. So I know when you go and they ask you the questions, how you feel and stuff like that, I was just honest about it. And that was really hard because I had spoken to family members about how I was feeling, and I was told that there's nothing wrong with you, everybody goes through this. Being told how back in their time, you had kids and you didn't have these issues. This wasn't a thing. This is just a new made up thing that my generation made up. And I'm like, okay, yes, but we all know how mental health is in certain communities, and it's really sad. But it's been a journey, and I've had many, 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 many ups and downs that I still have now, and there's a lot that I am trying to work through as of today to just continuously be better. So that was the first step in my journey. And I'm really, really glad that I took that step, because I don't think that I would be who I am today. You know, I probably still have all these pent up feelings. I still have a lot of pent up feelings. That's not changed, but I'm working through it. But yeah, that was the start of me, you know, taking the first step to start healing and making myself better.